Melanie, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good
It's
afternoon, Digital Queen.
good afternoon. It's nice having the program.
Good afternoon.
All right. So, being an anti-female genital mutilation advocate and also a colleague, consider you a colleague as well, being a journalist, could you please shed more light on this female genital mutilation and why do you think people still engage in it?
Thank you. For starters, I would have preferred to give a definition of male genital mutilation,
Okay.
but you did an amazing job
Okay.
while you captured your introduction, so I won't go over that.
All right.
But the reason I think that people still do this is actually rooted in culture.
Mm.
It is rooted in what I would call mythology. And in our culture, in our history, we all have heard of certain mythologies as we grew up, and you find that these are deep-seated beliefs of the people. And so to fight them would literally maybe mean to be fighting a warfare. You get what I literally am saying.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, you find reasons given, such as female genital mutilation is done by the people, or if I can explain generally,
Mm.
across Africa,
Okay.
or having done some research talking to different advocates across Africa, is the need to help with curbing sexual immorality
Mm.
in the society. Why is it so? It is so because women are held to level of um, do I say, values, moral values to men in the
Mm.
society. And this indeed can be viewed from the very text of patriarchy. But not to drag it too much,
Okay.
I'll just give about three, four, five points that I have itemized. And one of it also, apart from the fact that we get to sanctify the society with sexual purity, we
Mm.
equally cannot have the, the clitoris completely ridiculous.
Mm.
Also, it is said that the clitoris must not, this is as a matter of must, must not touch the baby's head during childbirth. You
Mm.
begin to question all of these things and you wonder where this has stemmed from. I remember talking to Tony Wedia. Tony Wedia is an advocate in Kenya and is part of the founders of NNSGM. And
Okay.
what he said to me is that in a place like Kenya, there are reasons like if a woman that is unmutilated visit the farm, for example, the woman could end up contaminating the farm. You actually wonder what really is the cause of all of this. What I will say is that all of these mythologies are rooted in fear. Beyond of the first nation.
Okay.
They are rooted in fear because people decided that to keep their society safe, to keep the society um, uh, morally attacked, they must keep the woman under. They must suppress the woman. They must deprive the woman of certain fundamental rights.
Mm.
You then begin to wonder, isn't it a fundamental human right that the clitoris deserves? And this again indeed will take me back to an aspect of the definition of the female genital mutilation.
Okay.
And what this typically, expounded is that at the end of the day, this practice is done when you have a portion or in total the external female genitalia messed with. That's for everybody to understand. So technically, to say that when the clitoris, or what women call the clitoral food, is cut off. In
Mm.
some cases, some people are not lucky. The entire clitoris is cut off. And in that regard, or sometimes the labia minora, the labia majora, and in some cases also, you have the narrowing of the entire vaginal to the intent that only a narrow hole is left for the purpose of peeing. And
Mm-hmm.
you then find cases where when such women marry, when they are maybe on the night of consummation with
Mm.
their husbands are forced because they cannot have their way to literally maim their wives, maybe with a broken bottle or with knife or all sorts of dangerous objects just to have penetration. All of these things go on to ensure that we keep ourselves morally chaste as a society. But guess what? The woman has to be held accountable. That's number one.
Mm. Now, in what you've seen so far as an advocate, does it really curb? Because I know you mentioned that some of the reasons they give is because it curbs promiscuity among the female folk. Does it really curb promiscuity among females?
No, it doesn't.
Mm.
So, scientifically, we have proven that this has been argued several times my point very clearly.
Mm.
And indeed, because things that people know. And we said that um, 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 ignorance is about the highest form of what is that said. I think I quite think out the phrase now. But the point is, I do not assume anymore that people know, and this is why. I did a documentary
Mm.
called Don't Contact,
Mm.
hashtag Don't Contact. And
Okay.
what we find is, at the end of the day, a particular lady who's now an advocate,
Mm.
that can call it journalist or
Mm.
as journalist, shared her experience. And she, when she was in college, she used to wonder what friends would say when they say they have orgasm after a sexual encounter. And that wasn't her experience. So she began to really, what experiment, if I could, literally to say, okay, maybe is another person, right?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to bring it again to the fact that science has proven that instead of curbing it, what it has done is literally for the young women, or even if it's old women in this case, because the sexual right is a right to very young or old, and they literally gone from bed to bed in search of the missing ecstasy,
Mm.
the missing pleasure,
Yes.
which is a fundamental human right. Now,
Mm.
I'm married, and the outcome has affected me because that then becomes the question when I say you.
Mm.
People say, oh, yeah, we can talk about other people. How about you?
Mm.
Okay, so for me, I'd say when I find out at the age of 43 that I was mutilated, and that's the thing. So you could be mutilated and not know. When I would find out from having called my mother,
Mm.
the question my husband asked was, so how does this help? How does this help us? And I really understood the question.
Mm.
It is to say, how would this impact our sexual life? So it really did give me closure
Mm.
because it helped me in understanding what exactly I didn't need to figure out to my sexual life.
Yes.
Why do I not have cravings? Why do I not tend towards giving? Why is it? Why is it? Why? You can imagine the myriad of questions that I've had on my mind, but
Yes.
still I have that closure.
Mm.
So indeed, in a nutshell, it doesn't help. And of course, the WHO has even come out to say, as a matter of fact, you know what? This is only engendering more and more promiscuity.
Mm.
How does it now? Yes,
Mm.
I know.
And you shared about your own personal experience there. I do have to, express my sympathies about that what you went through. Now, were you aware at all when it happened, or was it when you were when you were a very small child?
Okay, so it is interesting, right?
Yes.
That FDM occurs between the ages of 0 and 16 to a
Okay.
lot of people.
Wow.
However,
Okay.
in some cases, even some adults
Mm.
who are about to marry could be using it.
Mm.
I read in some families where it said that an unmute also has,
The question is, were you aware at all when it
oh yes,
happened?
thank you, thank you. And I began by stating that this could happen between the ages of 0 and 16 also.
Yes.
In my case, I believe it happened when I was a child. But there is
Okay.
something
Mm.
more interesting in this issue.
Mm.
And the fact that traditionally the Ololas or the
Mm.
Alabedis, the
Mm.
North Alan,
Yes.
right, are those given the responsibility of carrying out activities, and this includes traditional mass and what have you, as
Yes.
well as circumcision,
Mm.
maybe for a male child or for the female child, which we now like to term
Yes.
mutilation, because in Greek it is not mutilation. And of course, um, so my own people, meaning my ancestry,
Mm.
right, are the fabricators of the tools used by the Alabede
Mm.
or the Ololas.
Yes.
So My, that I am Mrs. Melanie Ishola. My father's name is Ishola, and
Okay.
essentially we are Yoruba person. No, the people from the family of the work of you are those who fabricate the tools used by the Alabede.
Hmm.
So honor, as a matter of honor,
Hmm.
we are caught without paying for it.
Hmm.
So it's a package where the company of respect. And so the daughters of my family, my
Yes.
lineage,
Yes.
have actually opened up in some sort of ceremony.
Hmm.
And then you're cut. The same tool goes from the child to be dead, there are that many. And then the clitoris is cut. And
Hmm.
of course, you don't know what dimension of the clitoris will be cut off. So that includes explains my case. Does
Hmm.
it hurt? Of course, indeed. I felt maybe it would mean a little bit of something if I learned that the pain is the second size or something.
Hmm.
Not like it was hard. But indeed, there was something. So my clitoris was something,
Hmm.
and I don't get to get
Yes.
on. I mean, it's not.
Hmm.
And my consent didn't matter. And I figured it still doesn't matter. Even though my mother apologized to me when she was to me about my paper, I feel that the next generation and the next generation and the
Hmm.
next generation, if we do not instill the demand that this back is off, will not actually earn the right as well. No, as I didn't have the right.
Yes. Now, say about mothers out there who don't want it to get done to their daughters, but it's like the pull and the control or the have when it comes to marriage, um, and they don't really want to have it done, but the in-laws are insisting that it has to be done. I've heard of cases where the mother doesn't want to get it done, but the husband side they're insisting that it has to be done. So what would you have to say about that? What can women in that position do?
I mean, this is so exciting, you know. So what I have found is that at the end of the day, the issue of literacy that I looked at
Yes,
earlier
yes.
now has become the age of innovation.
Mm,
And so it was interesting to know, that
yes.
the traditional excitement that
Mm,
I spoke to
mm,
in the area where I have it outlined especially,
yes.
that, I mean, while we apologize for our practice tools and this kind of thing, that we told,
Mm,
even the young sometimes there's some saying, do not do this, which are under the practice. But that is exciting and a bit interesting to know that it is the women who go about advocating that the cutting takes place.
mm,
And when I looked through what I gathered with the documentary,
yes.
what I found was that the market women that I spoke to were first of all not ready, not willing to share with me
Mm,
why the practice has still not stopped. And
yes.
so the absolute unwillingness to do this share makes clear to me
Mm,
that they have a thing to hide. And I'd say that this is absolutely because they have a firm belief in the fact that female genital mutilation, as a matter of fact, helps young women.
mm,
I remember one of the women saying to me that it is the reason why women in their villages now go to using their children to cesarean section. And I'm
mm,
like, "What?" I thought she said, I mean, when they will no longer be think by us, when they
mm,
no longer listen to us,
mm,
when they are no longer getting mutilated, meaning in essence that if you were, to agree to mutilation, then you would have little or minimal problems with
yes.
health care. What
Yes.
science has told us is that the matter of fact this is wrong. The reverse is the case. And I can practically share with you, having gone through childbirth 3 times myself.
Mm,
The first 2 times not knowing that I was mutilated.
mm,
But this time, knowing fully well that I am mutilated, I literally put in mind to know literally what my experience is. They
mm,
relate to the fact that I have the absence of my clitoris
mm,
and each of those features in
yes.
my back. So when I put all of these things together, what I will say conclusively is that women are the enforcers of patriarchy. I
Mm,
think that this is something we're trying too hard on, but it is something that we all need to focus on ensuring that we ourselves understand that it's done to us doesn't mean it has to be done to other people.
yes.
I remember speaking to Princess D.O. Adetono. She's of the royal family of Umea.
Okay.
There is a town, a small town in Kaduna local government area where I did my job interview. And so she shared with me how that when she was enlightened back in 2015, when the BAP Act was being passed, that they were called to Abuja, that was under the President of Jonathan regime. And she came back leaning down to her husband to apologize for how that she had deprived her husband of sexual gratification as many times as they had demanded to be over maybe like a 50-year marriage,
Mm,
right?
mm,
And the exciting thing for me again is the fact that she regretfully said that she had done
mm,
she didn't know. She, however, referred to this as looking at her own process in the dungeon. And then for me, this was heavy,
mm,
this was deep. And indeed, she said she only had intercourse with her husband when it was time to have another child.
mm,
And of course, indeed, maybe when she just wanted to take pity on her husband, she just said, well, you're telling me too much, so come and do. I
mm.
don't think this makes sense.
Yes.
But in the context of marriage, you
Mm,
find that sex is one of the primary reasons that the marriage.
mm,
I don't want to argue with all that guys. You know what? We're not companions. But yeah, so while we're talking companionship, what is it that we're writing
mm.
of each other?
Yes. Mhm. Mm. Well, thank you very much for that response. So, how do you think that people's mindset can start changing when it comes to female genital mutilations? And how do we make them see the dangers of female genital mutilation?
Oh, yes, thank you for this. And I think that for starters, I'll begin with part of this question. How do we get people start changing towards this? I say education, education, and education. And don't take it to the bank, because even educated people, enlightened people, actually do not know enough on this subject of religion education. I've had professors of universities in Nigeria argue with me that this thing I am pushing is going to do us a whole lot of danger
Mm,
than good. The argument is if we continue to say girls should not be caught, what we're literally saying is that promiscuity should abound. What
mm,
we're saying is that the white man's culture supersedes ours.
mm,
While in essence, we're not, it's not a function of checking cultures or looking for which is superior or inferior to which. But in essence, it's to say this is a practice that is injurious to our health. According to the definition we gave earlier
mm,
of female genital mutilation, it is very clear that this practice has no known health benefits to the woman. The WHO says it is done for no medical reason.
mm,
When they say to me, why do you say this is mutilation and not circumcision? I say when a man is caught in some form, it is circumcision because indeed it has health benefits to the man. But to the woman, indeed, it has dangers and not benefits. And I'll begin with the very first danger, which
okay.
is hemorrhage, or what
Yes.
we may call bleeding.
Mm,
Every woman who's caught as a child or even as an adult will bleed. There is two ways to that. You cannot, this is your tissues, your veins literally coming open. And in some cases, you're open to all manner of infections,
mm,
sepsis.
mm,
And let's talk about the trauma, because this cannot be done on you without you being literally held down.
mm.
Because it's not as if you are given some form of anesthesia, place of some form of anesthesia or something. You literally cut and you're very before I. Let's just say that.
And
You're doing
if you don't mind me just saying,
portion of your flesh.
yes, if you don't mind me just saying
Yes,
something real quickly, I do hear that it's often even done under unhygienic conditions. Even with the tools they
absolutely.
use are very, very dirty tools. They're not sanitized and all that.
Absolutely.
Yes. Mm,
Absolutely.
mm,
And I will say to you that the Olola that I spoke to in my documentary about is that they are specifically that traditionally an exciser is only permitted under traditional laws to literally, maybe it's an unwritten law or something, I don't know, to have just one knife.
mm,
So he says,
mm,
of their coniola name. So
mm,
as you go about performing this duty,
mm,
right, you literally hold this knife and the girls are laid down. So
mm.
you go from one girl to the next, to the next. And you're cutting.
Oh my
And who are the
goodness.
people
Mm,
holding this children, this girls down? The
yes.
women. The
Mm,
women are holding communities, it's actually the women themselves who do this cutting,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
And it's exciting that in the Southwest here, what we do have is predominantly are the type 1, type 2, and of course the type 4. And this type 1, 2, and 3 also culminate into giving us about 90% of the practice of female genital mutilation that we
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
worldwide. And we equally have a type 3, which is called fibrillation.
Hmm.
In this case, the female genital is torn off, sometimes after the clitoris has been cut off and the labia minora has been cut off, and then you literally now also with the vagina opening to leave just a little hole
Hmm.
for urine to pass through. You
Mm.
actually look at this and you're wondering, why do we have to go through this? But the people who go through this type A, what you find is in each time they have to deliver, to be delivered of a child, you have to do a process, which is a surgery called de-infibulation.
Hmm.
And of course, to keep them tight again for their husbands, after the children are given birth to, you have to re-infibulate them by sewing them up again. So imagine a woman has 3, 4, 5, 6, and in the old time where they have even up to 10 children.
Hmm.
And this type is actually common in the southeastern part of Nigeria. You're not likely to have this in the southwest or maybe even the south-south. But interestingly, contrary to popular belief that it's the northern Nigeria that actually has the high prevalence of institutions. Amazingly, it's
Hmm.
the southwestern Nigeria
Hmm.
that has the high prevalence. About 3 years ago, it
Hmm.
was Osun State. It was, yes, Osun State. But recently, I think it's CBT. However, the local government area with the highest prevalence of female genital mutilation in Nigeria, and a particular singular local government area, is in Oyo State.
Hmm.
And that is the Kajala local government area.
Hmm.
In fact, I've been told by the Women Affairs Department in Oyo State that there is also another local government by name or a local government who's coming almost at par, at 98% prevalence rate. What
Hmm.
this means is if you are born in this local government area, you have only a 0.02% of escaping being mutilated. Even if you are not born in that particular hometown, you were born in Lagos,
Hmm.
in wherever, in the cities, because your grandparents will demand that you come home
Hmm.
for the purpose of having this practice. You can imagine young girls being ambushed by the very people that they think love them the most, who
Yes.
apparently might have been doing this out of sheer ignorance.
Even
Yes,
if their
this time.
parents, even if their parents are educated and learned people, because of the practice and the tradition, they will still have to bring their kids home to have it done to them.
Yes, because of the practice. Now, I'm going to say to you that my parents are well educated.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, I got to know, but it
Hmm.
was still done on me. And he had been practicing before I was born, and it was still done on me. So I literally query how that people know a lot, but we do not know not enough of certain subject matters.
Hmm.
I figured if I go by the love I give my son and half a day, if he knew the danger of this today, I can bet that he would not permit this to be done on me. Even though my mother might have been pressured by her in-laws to bring me home so this could be done, which really are the issues that women face. I've had in the past few years of advocating against the practice. A lot of people come over to me and asking, so what to do this? Why shouldn't I do it? Some of my friends and their wives call me, right? And
Hmm.
as soon as I hear of the death of a girl child around me, I'm quick and swift to move into action, advocating and
Yes.
educating,
Yes.
yes,
Hmm.
the family on the
Hmm.
danger on
Hmm.
their girl child. So
Yes.
indeed, how about the fear that their girls will become prostitutes when they grow up? And I said to them, so I was taught, I didn't know what I was taught, but I was on the top school.
Hmm.
I mean, I was possessed the first part that I know. And indeed, it is not in what you do by causing them, it's literally what you do in nurturing them.
Hmm.
It's the information you provide and how you raise the child
Yes.
that they child whether or not she's a prostitute. Now, I argue this by saying, people say on Joko. Now, this has been a word used in ancient Yoruba languages,
Hmm.
and you find that you cannot have this word if you do not have this currency. How then would we say that the word came about? So, in spite of the fact that it was impossible, almost impossible, for a woman to be born in those era, for those eras and not become, how then do they still end up with Ashewos and
Hmm.
Otokos?
Hmm.
We do not have responses for them. And these
Yes.
are good thoughts that we really need to examine to be able to say, you know what, it's high time that we let this practice and allow that the women be preserved, be left whole. Because indeed, what I'm preaching is full of goldness. The clitoris is indeed very useful for me, and I provided enough, and I still am doing on how that the clitoris serves my purpose and
Mm.
is not an enemy against me.
Mm.
We've done clitoris art, which I got this art last year, in which we took to the kids in a lot of
Mm.
Lagos to do a painting of the clitoris, a large painting of the clitoris
Mm.
across the street of this Oyo
Mm.
and Ogun State.
Mm.
To literally gather the attention of people and say to them, and this was very successful, I would say to you.
Mm.
Because a lot of people when it out there, I remember a man saying, I was just about planning to do this for my children, right? For my daughters. And I'm grateful that we're the reason that the man would not go ahead to do this. I equally look at what I'm planning this year, as I'm told, you know what, this thing is not done in Lagos, and I say to you, yes, it is done in Lagos. In Ikorodu, for example,
Mm.
I've had a lot of people say to me that, in fact, I know a woman who do things in my community. Well, they won't take me there, but
Mm.
we're taking the people there. We're
Mm.
doing an open market campaign
Mm.
where we're able to say to them on the 11th of February, where we're able to say to them that, you know what, this is what we do.
Mm.
These are the reasons why we should support it. Of course, the documentary thing, Don't Cut Her, is in the process of being substantiated with that, so
Mm.
that they're able to absolutely,
Yes. Mm. Now, even
basically, get
yes,
to hear, yeah.
yes. Now, even though the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, banned this practice of female genital mutilation in 2015, it is still being done secretly all over the country. Now, what more things?
I would even say not secretly.
Yeah, yes, yes. So, what more things do you think can be done to eradicate this practice in Nigeria?
Thank, thank you. Thank you. If there's something I will never forget the President was going to fight for, it is for the fact that passed the Violence Against Women Prohibition Act
Mm.
of the year 2016.
Mm.
Look at the section 6 of this act, which vehemently prohibits any harmful traditional practice, right? And this is what we're doing with legislation up to harmful guilt, child marriages, and so on and so forth. And then you look at the fact that, yes, it's a federal law, but you know the kind of system we practice in Nigeria. This laws are, first of all, to be domesticated in the
Yes.
state.
Mm.
As I speak, we have about 18 to 20 states so far, since 2016, that have domesticated this art. How about the other things? I look at the law state now to answer your question. And I've actually had a law in place as far back as 2006, I think. Yes, the
Mm.
Child Rights Act of 2006. And the section of that act actually even criminalizes female genital mutilation up to the point of saying those who would partake of this. If even what the government is literally just support the people doing is not providing adequate information to the law enforcement agencies or
Yes.
having known of
Mm.
such practice about to be done to their child. So essentially, you find that in your state, this Child Rights Act of 2006, and it gives you the option of going to jail for up to 2 years and
Mm.
equally paying a 20,000 fine. Or let me talk about the Violence Against Women Law of 2016, which also exists in Oyo State, which is a thing about the way of domesticating the sub act. And what the Section 26 of this act provides is that at the end of the day, if you are caught, engaging in this practice or even aiding those who are engaged, um, up to a term of 4 years in jail to serve,
Mm.
or also to pay a fine of 100,000 naira, or in some cases to do both. And you're wondering, why isn't this done? I posed this question to the Ministry of Women Affairs of your state, right, at Ibadan. And
Yes.
I said to them, I think somebody in jail, for this practice. Because I'm aware that they know that this practice is legal, or even though they haven't taken some drafting and some training against it.
Yes.
And they said to me, no, who would do the arrest? So the state the policeman arrest, and then the policeman says, well, it's not under my purview to
Mm.
do this. It's
Mm.
supposed to be the job of the civil defense.
Mm.
And again, because of the technical issue, or the issues of safety of the child, right, it
Mhm.
becomes a bit difficult to actually effect an arrest. So what do I mean? So you say you're protecting a child, lady in this case, the grandmother, taking care of the girl child away and put her in jail, and then you leave the child uncatered to. Which then predisposes the child to issues like sexual violence and other sexual, and gender-based violence.
Yes.
Indeed, then what have we done? So, as a matter of fact, realistically, a lot still needs to be done, not just with the masses alone, but also with the law enforcement agents
Mm.
able to carry. I mean, it's all hands actually that we need on this side, on hands. Honestly, it is not just in sector. It is
Yes.
a multi-sectoral, interdisciplinary approach that we cannot.
Thank you. Now, for females that have been mutilated through female genital mutilation, could there be any justice that they can get for that, or uh, is there anything that can be done for them to get justice since this practice has been banned? Is it
Indeed,
possible?
indeed.
Yes.
And so, yes, it is, it is. And there is a woman recently who suddenly discovered that her father-in-law
Mm.
and her husband are denied. It's in the news. I think that was about 2012. And the managed to mutilate her
Oh my goodness.
without, seeking justice. Because, of course, and her consent also, didn't matter. Nothing
Hmm.
was done. And this again speaks to the issue of patriarchy. Because indeed, if she wasn't subservient to the male or the mother-in-law, and in such decisions should be taken on her behalf,
Hmm.
whatever she had to say was matter.
Hmm.
Now, so she's seeking justice, and this is possible because of the presence of the violence against women legislation act,
Yes.
specifically the Section 6 of this act.
Mm.
And indeed, I am hopeful that I would also participate in getting a number of people justice
Mm.
in the process of application. So
Yes.
I'm asked, why am I not pursuing the case against my parents?
Mm.
So lastly, I say because when I didn't put the case, I talked to my mom because she was a pathologist. And now you look at people who are not even getting any apology for
Mm.
what's done against them. One understanding that it was an accident in ignorance. So lastly, I'd say it's the reason why I've taken to the soft power over this, which is to get people to literally abandon it of their own volition. But I do know that getting justice in the court of law would also serve as deterrent to
Mm.
those who are thinking, who think that it is something that was done to them and they equally not pass it on to the next generation. In closing, what I say to people is this.
Mm.
First, let's know actually how many people are mutilated around you. You'll be surprised at how many people are. And
Mm.
how many people are not aware that they're mutilated. Just
Yes.
like I was discovering at the age of 33, about 6 years ago, that I was just being mutilated. And it's
Mm.
interesting, right, that such things could be done on you and you do not know. So what knowledge of our genitals
Mm.
do we know? There
Mm.
isn't enough knowledge of this. And this also brings to the issue of the hush-hush nature around issues and matters of sexual nature
Mm.
in our society. So I said
Yes.
to you, this largely the cultural thing, the societal thing. And for me, I started to say, let's not dilute everything you have as a group. The mirror is your friend. Please go ahead. Go ahead and check a mirror,
Mm.
right? And see, actually, if there is a people there. That could just as well be the start of healing for
Mm.
some people, as I think it is. So, and I think it is a start of communication. And if
Well,
that
yes.
helps, go
Mm.
ahead on YouTube
Mm.
and search for Stone Cutter.
Mm.
This is either use the hashtag
Yes.
or you put Stone Cutter. You
Mm.
put it together, hashtag Stone Cutter,
Mm.
and then you're able to avail yourself of 30 minutes long document that
Mm.
is able to give you adequate information that is essential to your abandoning the practice if you're part of those who have and keeping enough.
Well, thank you so much, Melanie, for being on the big question this afternoon. Really appreciate you for your time. And thank you for really educating us on genital mutilation and how it can be eradicated in our society. It really needs to be eradicated. And hopefully, wish you all the best with your advocacy, your campaigns, and it will definitely cause a lasting change so that this
Thank you.
practice can be eradicated
Thank you
completely.
so much.
Thank you, Melanie.
And then I need to add,
Yes,
because
yes.
I'm equally going back to fulfilling,
Okay,
going back to Adela Mokita's
okay, okay,
do an assessment
okay.
just before we can before the commemoration of the zero tolerance day against the
Okay.
to work with the local NGOs there, with the team, for example, to be
Okay.
able to know exactly what changes have occurred
Okay.
since my last visit.
Okay.
So what I have to keep going. A big thank you to the Women Radio for this
Okay.
concerted effort in
Okay.
ensuring that women voice are heard.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie Ishola. She's a
For
journalist and
having
an
me.
anti female genital mutilation advocate. Thank you for your time this afternoon in the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Bye.
joining us. Thank you. Yes, so that is today's episode of The Big Question, talking about how to end female genital mutilation in our society. It's been a pleasure having you, Melanie, and thank you to everyone who has listened to the program. Thank you so much. This is The Big Question on WFM 91.7. Another episode to come up next week, Monday. Remember, The Big Question is where we provide solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens as well. My name is Timi Tokwe Oduleye. Producer of this program is Esther Alaribe. We do have a good afternoon and have a good weekend. And stay tuned to WFM 91.7.